Hi everybody, it's me Carol here. So it has been a long time I actually make a video of me speaking. I think this is the second time I make this video, right? Yeah, facing the camera. Yeah, I'm a little bit camera shy, and every time I speak to the camera, my mind just goes blank. And hope I actually deleted a lot of a lot of videos just now because I wasn't satisfied um, with my deliver my with my speech and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, I hope that I won't do this the second time, or I can just do it in one go. Right, so in this video, I'm going to share about my experience in learning English, and I would like to highlight some of the problems that I face, and I feel that the Ministry of Education should really look into this matter, or even the private institutions, or people or teachers in the tuition industry would really like look into this matter. So first thing first, let me tell a little bit um, on my background growing up as a kid. So when I was young, that time I was totally Chinese educated. I didn't have the chance to. I was a typical like Chinese kid, just like other kids who just speak Mandarin, and I was like super comfortable with um, mingling with just like the Chinese kids. So at that time, um, I mean, I was pretty good at studying. I was pretty good at remembering stuff. Like since primary school until high school, I was pretty good at excelling in exam. But when it comes, for English, just specifically for this English subject, yeah, but when it comes to listening and speaking, I have a big trouble, or I have a big problem with that. So whenever somebody asks me a question, or yeah, when somebody asks me a question, my mind would just go blank, and then I struggle to find the right word to express myself, and I have to think of the grammar part, and yeah, in and I wasn't very willing to speak it, and yeah, so I'm sorry. I had a message coming in. So anyway, let's continue. So growing up as a kid, the school teachers or even the tuition teachers, they they are focusing too much on the academic side. So they are telling kids to like remembering stuffs, and kids like us, kids are not allowed to make noises or ask any questions. Yeah, you may ask questions, but it wasn't that welcoming, and the teachers would just want to finish their job quickly, and then yeah, so this has caused the students to be very reserved, and um, the kids have lost their interest. They might be interested in that subject, but um, they are just more reserved and shy to speak out their mind, and it was super costly to attend those language courses too. So for in Malaysia we have many tuition centers, but yeah, no doubt they offer really low price for the subject, but when it comes to teaching, they were just most of the time they spend about like 90% of the time teaching English in their mother tongue. They just tell them, they just teach them the words and also its meaning, but they don't really like tell them how to apply the word in sentences. So that's the problem. Kids, they just know how to memorize stuffs, but they don't know how to apply it, right? And a lot of parents um, are focusing too much on the homework. So if, let's say, the parents found that, oh, why my kids, they don't have any homework, so they will just like blame teachers for it, for that. So that's a problem, right? And it's really hard to move away this kind of mindset that, oh, my kid is smart, or this student is smart if he or she scores well in exam. But it's not true, because when I was in primary school and high school, I scored pretty well in English. I got A for my English. And yeah, when it comes to speaking and expressing myself, I really can't do it. And even my friends who scored B in English, they can speak even better than me. So yeah, that's why I would like to, tell the parents not to focus too much on the academic side. Try to focus more on the development, I mean, on the child's ability to learn and develop. And most importantly, you should instill the passion and interest in them to learn this language, right? So um, that's a thing. I hope that this would this will reach out to the Ministry of Education to really look into this and monitor the quality of the teachers, or even the tuition teachers, um, in terms of teaching English. So in order to learn this language more effectively, I think they should use the mother they should use English as the main medium to conduct the English class. Yeah. And the second struggle that I faced was what was that again? Let me think about it. Oh yeah. So I mean, for the second struggle that I faced was um I was struggling to, you know, I have a really low self-esteem, and I feel that I couldn't blend in with those English speaking kids, and parents play a very important role. Like, parents shouldn't compare your kids with the other kids. Probably the other kids are just privileged. They are privileged to study in those kind of English speaking schools. But uh, you know you shouldn't compare it that way, right? Because growing up as a kid, sometimes my parents, right, Chinese, typical Chinese, they like to compare among one another. And it wasn't good. And it wasn't it's not cool. So like my mom keep will keep comparing me with my sister, or even some of the other kids who speak English like very fluently. So it really crushed my confidence. So growing up as a kid, I had no confidence in speaking English. And yeah, ever since I stepped into the working life, I noticed how important it is to um, learn English. And luckily, I know the basics of the grammar, and some vocabulary. Thanks to that, thanks to technology, I would say, because most of the time I learn English through. I didn't learn it from. I learned some of them from school, or even tuition. But most of the time, I would say that like roughly 80% of my knowledge, it comes from the internet, right? And schools only help me on that for like 20%. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, what am I going to say again? I sort of like forgot what I'm going to say. So yeah, that's the thing. So oh yeah, so the second thing is parents shouldn't compare their kids with the other kids, because the quality of education that they receive is totally different. So you can't compare that because it's not fair. And the next one is what am I going to say again? Oh yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about struggles anymore. Let's just get straight to the point. Like, how do you improve that? So for your self improvement, I would say, I mean, we are living in the digital era, and I believe that most kids right now, they have a gadget or a digital device, or a mobile phone. So I would say, kids, you don't, I mean, don't underestimate a kid's ability. They can actually learn things very fast, right? At a very fast pace. So I mean, for kids, they can watch some educational videos like Coco Melon and Rangers. I don't know, because that's what my students shared with me. Yeah, they learn about animals and stuffs like that, and they are pretty, fast at picking up that language, and within a few months they can speak really well. So for the high school students or the older students, I would say just listen to some English songs. Yeah, you can take this as your first step to learn English, to develop this passion and interest in learning this language. You can listen to some English songs. I would say start with the easy one first, right? And then the second one, uh, I mean, I actually learned a lot of vocabulary and some English expressions, or some really useful phrases that you will use in your daily conversation. I actually learned those from the Facebook posts. Yeah. So I mean, um, on Facebook you can easily follow some pages that post a lot of like insightful posts, and then you can get lots of news from there. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I mean, I found that the kids nowadays, right, or even the high school students, they are, how do I say that? It's like they struggle with expressing themselves. And most of them, they play IG more than Facebook. So on IG, you will always, I mean, most of the time, they just post a photo or a video, and then they just write a few caption. Probably on their caption, they just include the emojis. And how are you going to learn from those posts, right? So I think it's more important. I mean, it's more effective to learn English through like social media, like Facebook, even um, or even on YouTube, right? So yeah, that's why you are watching this. So yeah, remember to follow me more often. Yeah, hopefully I will be able to make more videos like this. Just let me know in the comment what kind of videos I should make next, right? I guess I have to go now, right? Thanks for listening, and I hope you are benefited from this. See you then, and goodbye.